Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 3 of Pucks, Pitches, and Pigskins, live from the Media Hub on riotradio.ca. I am your host, Bryson Betts. Once again, joined by my co-host, Drake Varley. Drake, how we doing? It's once again, baseball's a weird sport. I feel like we're doing a heck of a lot better than we were last week this time.
We were really anxious last week. Now this week, I'm so dialed. I can't wait for Saturday. It's gonna be probably like biggest Saturday in my life. So
it will be electric, but we will get to that. Once again, our show is all about bringing hockey, baseball, and football all together to you, all in one place. In terms of what's kind of on the docket for today's show, we're obviously going to discuss the American League East champion and number 1 seed, Toronto Blue Jays. We're going to look into kind of each postseason team. Game started last night for the wild card round. We'll look into some of those results. And with the preseason coming to a bit of a close in the NHL, we will take a look at some early Leafs trades candidates and some OHL hockey news. And, of course, we'll have our football segment right in the middle. But there's only one place to start, and that is with the Toronto Blue Jays, who did it. They did it the hard way. They had to win their last 4 games, but, man, the number 1 seed in the entire American League. We get a nice little bye week. We get to reset everybody. How are we feeling about the Jays?
I'm so hyped. I don't even know how to really describe what happened over that 3-game weekend. But there was a lot of nervousness. There was a lot of out-of-town scoreboard watching. They did it. They're the American League East champions. First time in 10 years. George Springer was loving it in the post-game conference. Like there was a full team effort in that final game of the season.
Yep. And
they look dangerous.
Yeah, the boys were going crazy post-game, but I would too. I don't blame them. I mean, man, like, it was bleak. This time last week, we were not scoring runs. I think we had lost 7 of 8 or 6 of 7. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. And then out of nowhere, we went 4 in a row. The offense comes back to life. It was like what the Jays have been all season. And I told you the Yankees weren't going to lose. They won like the 8 in a row, and they won all 6 of their last games at home. But just good stuff, man. It feels so good to just have this bye week. I thought they didn't stand a chance if they didn't win division, and I feel like now the confidence is back. Now that they clinched that 1 seed, they got home field.
Yeah.
I think we're all the way back. How our rotation's kind of going to line up for the wild card series, I'd imagine it's the top 2 are obviously going to be Gosman game 1, Shane Bieber game 2, I would assume. Who do you like game 3? Let's see if you have the same answer as me.
I think Trey or Savage.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go as well. I think Trey Savage gets game 3.
Yeah.
Especially because either the Red Sox or the Yankees, they both haven't seen him.
Yeah.
And, like, he's such a weird arm angle and arm slot for teams that I think that'll be a little bit of a struggle for teams face. I mean, you saw it with Tampa. They said it was, like, so weird for the first time.
Doesn't his arm angle kind of remind you of Verlander's arm angle?
Yeah, a little bit. He has, like, a natural rise. He comes from so, like, over the top.
Yeah.
It's a weird one, but not going to complain. Kirky got going over the weekend. He had that one stretch where he homered his last at-bat Saturday night, and then Sunday, absolute legacy game, he goes homer, double homer. So in 4 at-bats with the Jays season, not on the line, they were in the playoffs obviously, but division on the line, he goes homer, double homer. I mean, what more can you ask?
That is
legacy weekend.
For a guy who's getting paid $11 million.
Not very much.
Like, the fact that, like, honestly, without Kirk, they don't win that game. Personally.
No.
Because it was a close game until he hits the grand slam. I almost threw my phone across the room.
Yeah, that was one of the most hype, if not the most hype moment of the season when that ball left.
He is a tremendous, and there's a lot of people who are like, when he got thrown out at first, and that game against Boston, everyone's like, oh, well, he's like,
yeah, he was
getting flamed. He is peak athleticness when he's at the plate. I can guarantee, not when he runs, but when he hits that ball, he hits it so hard. He's a line drive like machine.
Yeah, he does have a very pretty swing.
It's just, you knew it was gone right off the bat. I think Kirk knew it was gone right off the bat. Like, Barger knew his home run was gone right off the bat. Like,
yeah.
they were mashing the ball, and their pitching was okay. I think Gosman was a little rattled.
Yeah, he definitely was. But the offense picked him up. I mean, it was 5-1, and everybody was feeling awesome, and then it got 5-4. Everybody got a little bit nervous, rightfully so. And then the offense just comes right back up and puts up a 13 spot. So
bullpen was really good too. which is a great sign.
They've been good down the stretch, which people had a lot of concerns. There still might be a little bit of concern, but they've been good recently. The last 2-3 weeks to close the season, they're hot, kind of going into when it matters. So I think that's important.
Name your middle relief options, your top. What are the Jays' top middle relief options for the postseason? In their
I'll tell you what, I'm not putting Jeff Hoffman in there because even he's gone 10 of his last 11 scoreless, which it's hard to complain about that. That's good. But it was Friday night against Tampa. He throws 30 pitches. The runners get the second and third with 2 outs. They had the tying runs right there in scoring position. He got so much help from that umpire too. I don't know if you were watching, but oh my goodness, that ump was Jeff Hoffman was an umpire's steak dinner because oh my gosh, that umpire was giving him so much help. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and complain about it, but anyways, we're not talking about. He's someone who he's going to be their closer in the playoffs, and I don't know if I trust it, to be completely frank. But Louis Varland has such good stuff.
He's got to limit the walks though, man.
He does, but when you throw 100 with a wipeout slider, if he can just get it together, that is tough to hit, man. I have a lot of faith in him.
Did you see on the last game of the season he threw a changeup that was 95?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. A lot of guys' fastball don't touch 95. Yeah. Our closer, his fastball's 94, so that's 3 velocity on it. Another guy, Mason Fluharty, has been really good. I trust him more than Brendan Little. Is our lefty out of the pen right now?
Yeah.
Little's good, but he's hard to watch because of all the walks. He walks a lot of guys. He doesn't throw a ton of strikes.
He's not a strikeout pitcher. I don't think he is, at least. I think he pitches.
Well, he kind of is. He's kind of strikeout or bust. He's either walk, strikeout, walk, strikeout.
He throws a knuckle curve, right?
Yeah, he throws sinker, knuckle curve, and then he's added a cutter too. So he's got 3 pitches.
Better than being a 2-pitch guy, because we all know Jordan Romano, big 2-pitch guy, and it was bad.
And I think that's who is it right now that has 2 pitches? Is it? It might be Varland. I think he's just got the fastball and maybe a slider. There's one guy in their bullpen that has 2 pitches. Oh, no, sorry, it's Fluharty.
Yeah.
Fluharty just has the fastball and the sweeper. And he's working on, I think it was a changeup or something, but he's not going to worry about
That'll
it
be
this
spring.
Year. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a spring thing. Just keep doing what you're doing. He's been awesome recently.
Who? We can obviously say Vlad. We can obviously say Bo. But what's one bat down the stretch in the postseason that needs to keep going in order for the Jays to do something in the playoffs?
I mean, I have all the confidence in the world in Springer. He's been so good all year. He has the postseason pedigree. I think he's going to be awesome, which is crazy to say. Again, we've said this the whole pod, but the fact we're sitting here talking, hyping up George Springer, is he 3rd or 4th in American League MVP voting? Yeah. I mean, obviously Judge Raleigh, but guy's been unreal.
He did you hear the MVP chance that he was getting? After
that's awesome. Our fans are the best.
We have the best fan base in baseball because it's a cliche to say it with the Raptors, but it's not just Toronto that is your fans. It is the entire country. The entire nation is behind you guys and backing you up.
Yeah.
So it's a very special time of the year to be a baseball fan in Canada because you're watching the best team in the American League it's your Blue Jays.
Yeah, I think I saw that game Sunday, the game where they clinched it. I think it had 2.7 million viewers, which is the most for a Jays game ever, regular season at least.
Wow.
Since I think it was 2016 when they clinched a playoff spot, they said. But yeah, crazy stuff. It's hard. We don't want to be too negative because we won the division, did the job we need to. But Vlad has, I don't know if he's hurt, but we need more from him. We need more from him.
Ever since that injury he had in was it Pittsburgh that he got injured in, or when he meant to stretch and overextended his hamstring, he hasn't been the same at the plate.
No.
But I think that's I think John is trying to tell him be conservative about yourself.
But we don't need that.
We don't need
playoff time. We gotta go.
Now's
our chance. We gotta go now. Yeah, I don't know if Bo's coming back. I really do hope so, but ALCS maybe. Hopefully we get there, but I don't know. At the start, it sounded like if we made the DS, he was going to be back. He was never going to be back for the wild card, but they made it sound like if we could get the bye, he was going to be back. But it
doesn't look like it.
It's not sounding like that, which sucks, man. He's such a big piece, and Vlad was better when Bo was in the lineup too. But I don't know. We need more from Vlad. We need Bo back at some point, but. Not going to sit here and complain when we just won a division and we're the number 1 seed in the American League.
Yeah, Bo is a big bat though in that lineup.
Yeah, 100%.
What on paper is this team still good enough without Bo? Say Bo sits for the rest of the postseason, could they Could they beat a potent lineup of the Yankees? Could they beat the Red Sox? It showed in that one series that they couldn't beat the Red Sox after beating them all year.
Yeah, the one thing I will say is our offense was in a slump then, and they look to have broken out of it. And they just got to keep that momentum going from the 3-game set against Tampa and then that last game against Boston. Because realistically, their offense has been good all year. I think they finished 3rd or 4th in the league in runs scored. So I'd say that little stretch where they weren't scoring was an outlier.
Yeah.
And that Varsho Grand Slam was such a big swing because I think it kind of broke them out of that. It's like, okay, let's get back to the offense we were being. I'm not too concerned about the offense. It's been so consistent all year. It's just total polar opposite from what we've seen the last 2 years.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, look at like our entire game plan a few years ago in the postseason was not to score runs. It was to play defense. We still have really good defensive outfielders. Like, I think Nathan Lucas is a really good defensive outfielder.
Yeah,
I think obviously Miles Straw is a really good defensive outfielder who can play any of the corner and center field.
Yeah.
You got Dalton Varsho, probably the best defensive center fielder in the game right now.
Without
a doubt. Do you think that's still the kind of mindset that they're playing, is play defense first, score run second?
It'll be interesting to see what they do with Santander because I guess Springer can play. It depends if Bo's back. Because if Bo's back, I think he's just going to DH. If Bo's not back, it'll be either Springer or probably Santander.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Nathan Lucas deserves at-bats. The one thing I will say, though, is, like, if you face the Yankees, you're going to get Fried and Rodon, 2 lefties back-to-back.
Yeah.
And it might be tough to get some lefties in the lineup there, guys like Lucas, because they're probably going to play guys like Davis Schneider, who kills lefties. Ernie's a regular, so he's going to be in there. But it might be tough to get him some at-bats. But Lucas he's been really good the last week or so. He's been a key piece, especially with Ladd slumping.
That was a nice double down the gap there that he roped in the second inning to start that rally.
Lucas?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. He's been a good piece this year. He's been very, very good. I think we can say that about a lot of guys. They don't really have. With Vlad's production, he hasn't had superstar production. It's just a bunch of. So I guess it's fair to say they don't have like a. Vlad should be a superstar. He hasn't been. He's just been good. It's been a group of guys just gelling together and been a really good team. Not individuals, but a team.
Yeah. They're going to be nice, but there are other teams that, like, everyone who's in the postseason is capable of going to the World Series.
Yeah, and we'll kind of go into that now. I don't know if I were I feel like Seattle almost has a better draw. They get the winner of Cleveland and the Tigers. The Tigers have Tarek Skubal, obviously, who you don't want to face that guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, like, I would rather play the winner of that series than I would Boston and New York.
100%.
You're getting. They're gonna know you. You're getting a division rival who knows you well. And I know that Jays had good seasons against both Boston and New York. I think they went 8-5 against both those teams. So, but you kind of just have to take what happened in the regular season and toss it out the window.
Yeah, it's a different being.
It's a fresh. Everything resets. Like numbers. Jeff Hoffman's got a 0 ERA now. Maybe he turns the page, but we'll see. Everything resets and it's go time.
It is, and realistically. I know the Sox won. We'll get into the Game 1 results as well, but I know they won Game 1. I still think the Yankees are going to pull through that series.
Yeah, the Sox needed to win that game with Garrett Crochet on the mounds, but we'll start going into those games. Anyways, I'm going to be there for Game 1 Saturday. We'll see if Drake's going to be there. We're still working out the kinks and details here, but I'm so excited to have playoff baseball back at the Rogers Center. That stadium is going to be
rocking.
Buzzing. I can only imagine being in that stadium when Kirk hits that grand slam. Like, it was so loud. That stadium must have been shaking.
You definitely could hear it over the Leafs preseason game that was going on. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. If you're watching Leafs preseason during that game, then I might need to kick you off the podcast for a week because that should be a crime. But
I gave up on the Leafs preseason.
Yeah, I would hope so. We'll go into the results from kind of Game 1 quickly. Garrett Crochet, Max Fried was an old school pitching duel. Fried was Crochet is going to go all the praise because he went 7 2/3.
Yeah.
Pitched awesome. I mean, that's one scary thing with Boston. New York has a better lineup. I think that's fair to say. But Boston, like if the Jays do get Boston, we're going to get Crochet probably Game 2 and Game 5. We get him twice, and that's scary because he is the definition of a true ace. But I think Max Fried is really good too.
There's realistically. In baseball, there's never good pitching matchups that, like, it's always, and especially in the postseason, it's always going to be their top Most guys run 3-man rotations.
No.
You don't think so?
Usually 4-man.
4-man?
Yeah, you don't go 5 because, like...
Even in a DS?
Yeah. I think you still go 4-man. 3 is just so tough because you go 4 day. It depends if you have the break day in between. Like,
Okay.
if you're in a crunch, like, say you needed crochet game 5, then, yeah, okay. Because, like, that one makes sense. So, like, say crochet pitches game 2.
Yeah.
There'd be, like, an off day in between. So that's 1 day.
Yeah.
And you have 2 more games and then another off day. So that would make sense.
Yeah.
Because then he's going 2 and 5, which is only 3 games. But it makes sense because you get the off days in there. But I think the Yankees overall have a better rotation than Boston because they have Rodon at there too. I guess the Red Sox will be Brian Bayo, who the Jays have. They touched him up a little bit the last time. He just was in the Rogers Center. Luis Heel, Cam Schlittler. I think the Yankees have a deeper starting rotation. Red Sox have a better pen though.
100% right. If the Red Sox pen comes into play, that it could very well be game.
I mean, what did we talk about? I think what a call by me in the podcast last week. I said if you get the Red Sox and get Crochet and Chapman, that's all they pitched yesterday. Yeah. Crochet went 7 2/3, and then Chapman pitches the other inning in the third, and that's the game.
That's your game.
He faced those 2 dominant lefties, and that was it. And I said that was my one worry with the Red Sox last week, and that's exactly what happened. So great call by me. Unlike you saying the Jays would lose the division. But,
however,
I'm glad you were wrong.
It is postseason Chapman we're talking about here.
Yeah, it is.
This guy gives up bombs in the postseason.
Rajay Davis. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens tonight. I think there's no way the Yankees lose tonight. I don't think they go out into it.
They have to.
There's no chance. They have Rodon on the mound, must-win game. I don't see a world they lose this game. They have all their normal lefties back in there. Jazz wasn't on the team yesterday. Ben Rice wasn't on the team. They're gonna have both those guys back in there against the righty.
Yeah,
I think they'll probably get going. Honestly, for the Jays, it's probably the best case scenario that it goes 3 games. You want them to kind of beat up on each other. That way, whoever you get, their bullpens deteriorate a little bit. The good thing is Fried threw 105 pitches, Crochet threw like 125 pitches. Their arms are going to be sore.
Yeah.
So I guess there's one good thing to kind of take from that. There's that.
Why wouldn't you, like, I know it's postseason baseball, but why wouldn't you at least try to preserve that those arms? Because, I mean, if you're the Sox, your bullpen's nice and deep.
It is, but I think the Sox knew that Crochet and them that was a must-win game for them. They needed that game one more than the Yankees did because if the Red Sox lost with Crochet, that's probably wraps on the series for them. I don't know if you've seen this. One interesting thing I've seen is in the 11 or 12 wildcard series that there's been since new format came out.
Yeah.
The team that wins game 1 has won, I think, 11 of 12 series or something crazy like that. So
it's almost like they shouldn't have changed the format.
Yeah, it's been the same result. I still think it's better because you play 162 games. It's absurd. If it comes down to one game and you have one bad game after you grinded for 162.
Fair enough.
And your season's over. I mean, even 3. I like the format. You can't go more than 3 for a wild card series, but it's just crazy that you play 162 games and then it could be over after 2 bad ones, realistically. And that you saw that last night. I mean, it's Crochet again, but the Yankees' offense so good to end the year.
Yeah.
They looked like world beaters. They won 8 round in a row, and you face Crochet. They put up 1 round. It was Volpe who homered all people.
Volpe.
Anthony Volpe. Anyways, all right.
He's got a good stick.
Yeah, he does. We'll touch. I hope it's probably it for us on the Jays for now. Yeah. I hope next time we come through next week this time, I really hope we're going to the ALCS. I mean,
that would be ideal.
What would it be? Saturday, Sunday. We'd be through 4 games. So, game 5 I think would be Thursday if it goes that far. But I don't know. Hopefully next time we come to you guys talking about the Jays, we're in the ALCS. But other results around baseball. Scooble we kind of touched on. You want to touch on that Tigers Cleveland game?
He was so gross. I was watching it and they I don't know. It was a low-scoring game, but just watching how dominant and how Screwball really just kind of takes a charge in the game. Like, mind you, these are Tigers and Guardians just played each other a week ago.
Yeah,
and I
think they played twice in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and now they're playing again.
And
so the familiarity.
Exactly. They are very familiar with one another, and still Screwball strikes out 14.
Yeah, ridiculous.
And that's an insane line. Do I still think the Tigers are going to win the series? Yes, they are the more experienced like postseason baseball team than Cleveland. Like you said, you kind of got to take regular season and you got to throw it out the window. Cleveland went into the postseason hot, but again, postseason baseball is different, and Cleveland chokes a lot in the postseason.
And the Tigers backed into the playoffs. Like, Cleveland went in hot. The Tigers kind of backed their way, and they blew that huge lead. We talked about it last week. But, yeah, that's why it doesn't matter. You just got to throw all that out and then say, okay, it's a new season. We just got to start fresh. Because the Tigers were dominant in the early half of the year, and that just fell apart for them the second half of the year. They're lucky the Astros fell apart, because if the Astros didn't fall apart, the Tigers would have missed the playoffs completely.
It makes me laugh that the Astros bought the deadline and still missed the playoffs.
Yeah. They made one of the bigger moves, getting like Correa. They loaded up.
They literally loaded up.
Didn't work well.
It was an all-in push for them.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's too upset that Houston missed the playoffs of all teams. Anyways, yeah, Tigers take game 1, National League. A lot of low-scoring games. 3 of the 4. Cubs. They take game 1 against the Padres.
That was a surprise.
Yeah, a little bit. The Cubs kind of always play that brand of baseball where they kind of keep low scoring. Their pitching's really good. Their pen's good. They just want to keep the game close and try and win it at the end.
Yeah.
I sound like I'm talking about the Steelers. Whatever. Yeah, Cubs are a good team. They're really solid defensively. They just they grind you down. It's almost like Guardians baseball. The Guardians will try and do that to you. That's why the Tigers kind of beat them at their own game yesterday. But the Guardians want to do that. They want to keep low scoring, try and grind it out and win it, whether it's sac flies, sac bunts, getting the runners over.
Moneyball style baseball.
Exactly.
Dodgers. Ohtani is gross. Ohtani is insane.
Yeah. Shohei Ohtani! Yeah, Ohtani leads off. The Reds are done. They had Hunter Green on the mound. That was their game they kind of had to have. Dodgers probably win it tonight, if I'm being completely honest.
Reds only made the playoffs because the Mets decided to to just lose the Marlins in the last game of the year.
Yeah, the Mets are a dumpster fire. I saw Pete Alonso's opting out of his contract.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, that was the Reds really. I saw this crazy thing the other day. The Reds were like, I don't even remember what it was. I'll try and pull it up in between the break, but they were like the only team to ever make the playoffs. They didn't have a batter over 270. They didn't have a 25 home run guy. They didn't have like a 200 strikeout pitcher. It was ridiculous. They had like all these things going against them. It's crazy how they made the playoffs. Like, absolutely insane.
They gotta fire Buck, bro. Buck Showalter's gotta go.
I think you're in the wrong. Yeah. All right. I mean, anything else you want to kind of touch on for baseball? I mean, our main segment this week was obviously going to be Blue Jays.
No, I think like just going into today's games, I think the Tigers close it out. I think the Padres will even it up. I think the Sox are going to lose to the Yankees, like you mentioned, it's a big win game. And then I agree with you. I think the Dodgers are just going to destroy the Reds today. I think it's Nick Lodolo
probably
for the Reds. So
who would Yankees be? It was Snell yesterday. Is there 2?
I think their 2
Yamamoto?
It's going to be, Yamamoto.
Yamamoto, yeah. I agree with you. I think Yankees win today. I think Dodgers close it out. I'm going to disagree with you on Detroit. I think Cleveland forces game 3 tomorrow just because School's not on the mound. Mm-hmm. Detroit's offense, they didn't look good again yesterday.
It's Flaherty on the mound, though, today for them, and he's okay.
I don't think he's all that great. He struggled down the year. And then what's the other game? Cubs-Padres. Let's get a game 3. I say Padres even it up.
You got it. You got some good talent on there. You got Manny Machado, who's your face of your franchise, and
yeah. All right. Well, I hope the next time we talk Jays, I really hope we're headed to the ALCS or we're stressing out a game 5.
Please.
Anyways, yeah. All right, we're gonna take a quick music break here. Don't forget, you can follow us again on social media at DCSA Media Hub, and we've also made our own social media. It is Pucks Pitches Pigskins Pod on Instagram. We've posted one clip up there already. We'll post when we're going live, stuff like that. So we do have that rolling for us now. Yeah. So we're going to take a quick music break, and then we'll get into football next. Here's a quick music break. All right, welcome back to Pucks, Pitches, and Pigskins. I'm Bryson Betts, joined by Drake Barley. We're going to get into our Pigskins segment now, football segment. Once again, we'll kind of go through some of the key games that happened this week. We'll give our weekly predictions, which I'm still working on getting a table up with kind of all of our records from each week, and then we'll track that throughout the year. We'll have that for you next week, I promise you that. Yeah, I guess we'll just kind of get right into it. Some of the bigger storylines. Dude, the Bengals, I watched some of the game on Monday night. Without Joe Burrow, they are just so cooked.
They are awful without Burrow.
Yeah, they don't stand a chance.
Lifeless. So literally lifeless.
They scored a field goal on their opening drive, which football, I don't know if you know, your first drive going into your first drive of the game, it's all scripted. You have your play set out, what you want to do, what you think the defense is going to do. It's very scripted, and then you kind of go the rest of the way from there. So they get a field goal in their opening drive, then nothing the rest of the game. It's been so bad for them.
Yeah.
I saw someone say, Joe Burrow should be the only quarterback to win MVP without playing the entire season, because you see how valuable that guy is to them, and it is just insane how poor the Bengals are without that guy.
Just going to get him more weapons at the draft,
Yeah, because I think, if a team like the Bills maybe lost Josh Allen, they'd be bad, but they wouldn't be this bad. They'd still, be maybe win some games here and there. The Bengals just look terrible. Jamar Chase was getting annoyed. He had 3 catches for 28 yards. I mean, come on. That guy's the best receiver in football. As a Steelers fan, I'm not complaining. I'm glad the Bengals are on a downfall, but man,
as a T. Higgins fantasy owner, I'm complaining.
Yeah, I think anybody owns anybody on the Chase Brown has averaged historically low yards per carry, in terms of last year. He was so good with Burrow. He's like a fantasy menace catching all these passes. This year, just if you've had anybody on the Bengals offense, it's not been good.
It's not doing anything. Like we mentioned, it's live or die by Joe Shiesty, and it's just not working.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you this. We'll go into your Colts now. They played well. It was a tough game as 2020. The Rams are a good team in LA. Do you know how they lost on the last game-winning touchdown?
I was watching the Jays.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know.
See, I got lucky. The Steelers played at 9:30 a.m., so I didn't even have to worry about watching the Steelers because it was a perfect Sunday. Not to mention they both won, but Jays 9:30 and then Steelers at 1. Or sorry, Jays at 3. I don't know why I said Steelers 1, but it was the first Sunday. I'm dialed in on my couch for every Sunday, just kind of the whole time. It was the first Sunday where I really didn't watch that much football. I watched the Steelers at 9:30, and then I basically just watched the Jays. I didn't even turn off that channel because I was just this is such an important game. I really didn't watch much football of the afternoon slate, at least. Anyways, did you see how the Colts kind of lost their game?
No. Do you what happened?
So they gave up the big bomb at the end. It was Matthew Stafford to Tutu Atwell.
No. Tutu?
Yeah, Tutu Atwell of all people. But this isn't the worst part. I think it was the first play out of a scoring play. It's you had time to set your defense and everything. Do you know how many people are supposed to be on the field for an NFL defense?
11?
11 is correct, and the Colts had 10 guys out there. And they got cooked for a game-winning touchdown of 85 yards because they had one man short out there in the defense. So,
what?
Yeah. It's a game the Colts could have had because Jonathan Taylor had a 60-yard rush touchdown taken away. And then you have one guy short on the defense. That's a 14-point swing right there.
No.
That's the difference in the NFL. 2 plays. It's 2 or 3 plays every week in the NFL. It'll make all the difference in the world. You're going to win or you're going to lose, and you're going to die by those 2 or 3 plays. But I still think the Colts are a good team.
Well.
It's hard to be mad. You're not going to win every single game. They went in, they fought. I think, did I have Rams last week? I think you might have had Colts. But
I had Colts.
Yeah.
You had Rams. I also
They're
want
still
to
a good
mention.
team. It's not like they went in there and got blown out.
No, they were serviceable, but Danny Dimes, man, just dimed it up for the other team in the opening drive.
Yeah, but he's been good.
He's been good.
He's going to turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Everybody does here and there.
As long as he doesn't fumble it, while running into the end zone for a nice gain, like he did back in 21.
Yeah,
we'll be fine.
That was brutal. I guess every week we'll just kind of start with the Colts and Steelers because it's what we know the most about. And then we'll dig into the other games. Like I said, Steelers got a big win in Dublin, Ireland.
They barely won
3-1.
this game.
Yeah, we were up 24-6 too, which is the unfortunate part. The thing is, we actually played really well. It was kind of refreshing. We played well. We were up 24-6. The defense looked the best it has all year. The offense got rolling. We got conservative at the end, which I guess is kind of second nature, but way too close than it should have been. The score wouldn't show it, but it was our best game of the year just overall. I think Minnesota's a pretty good team, so I'm happy with the win. 3-1. Both of our teams are 3-1. Now it's tough to complain about 3-1. It's a good record.
Yeah.
The thing is with our division, I mean, the Ravens are 1-3. Lamar might be out 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
The Bengals, I think, are done. They're 2-2. The Browns are the Browns. I mean,
It's between you and the Ravens.
it's open for us, man. We're 3-1. We got a 2-game lead in the Ravens right now. The only thing is, I told my dad this. I don't care about what the division looks like right now or the standings. Last year, I think we had like a 2 or 3 game lead with like 5 or 6 games left to go.
Okay.
And we blew the division. So I'm not looking at that right now. I'm not getting my hopes up. Yeah, I guess both of our teams are both leading their respective divisions still. So
Raj makes himself a meme every year, man. That tush push when he's just like
Yeah,
war
he's just
farming in the
standing
back.
I saw that.
He just continues to make a meme of himself
He also had
every
a
year.
second Aura farm. He was it was an 80-yard crossing route touchdown to DK Metcalf, and he was just standing there. DK was only at the 40-yard line, still running, and then Raj is just like standing there, holding up the touchdown in the background. He was Aura farm this week, and then on that
feeling
DK,
himself.
that same play, he comes out of the huddle, like they break the huddle, and then he just rips a smelling salt right before he throws the pass. I don't know if you saw this, but yeah, Raj had a good week. He was good this week. Defense played well. I was happy with how he looked. I'm disappointed with the effort towards the end, but
Well, I mean,
good game overall.
The Vikings had to get something going near the end of that game to kind of ride high into next week on.
Yeah.
I think you guys are. I'm not gonna say you guys are going to Super Bowl or anything because I don't want to feed your ego or anything. But
You don't need to. I don't see that for us.
I think you guys are gonna be a decent team. I think you'll end up being like 11-6.
Oh, that's a change from the 9-8 or 10-7.
Yeah.
So I would take 11-6. I think 11-6 might win the division right now. I'm not even gonna lie.
It would depends on how.
Baltimore's already got 3 losses, and if Lamar's out 2 or 3 weeks, then you got it. They at least probably lose 1, maybe 2 of those games.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get ahead of myself. Anyways, we'll talk more about divisions once we're kind of 9 or 10 weeks in. The Chiefs, the NFL, we had them 0-2. They look like they're kind of back on track, which I figured was going to happen. It's Patrick Mahomes at the end of the day. They looked really good against the Ravens.
Yeah.
Ravens defense looks poor. It's not even like, I think they gave up, was it like 41 to Buffalo when they lost, 37 to the Chiefs. Who'd they lose to last week? I can't remember. But
The Ravens?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was primetime game, right? Was it not that they had?
I don't remember.
It was. I know it was a good team. It was Lions. They lost.
Oh, right. And they give up 38 points that game.
Yes.
So in their 3 losses, they've given up 41, 38, and 37 points. It's not a recipe for success.
When you're scoring 30 points a game,
You should be winning a
20
football
even
game.
20 points. Like your defense should still be good enough to hold it down. You should be winning these games.
Yeah. I agree 100%. I'm not sure how to feel about the Ravens. They're going to get it together at some point. It's like the Chiefs. I said when they were 0-2, it's still the Chiefs at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Their offense looked really bad, and then they put up 37 on the Ravens. So that was a game I thought the Ravens were going to win. I think a lot of people had the Ravens going to win, but I don't know. Game of the week was Packers-Cowboys. We'll talk about this. Do you think ties should be a thing in the NFL?
No, I think it should
No?
be. At minimum, it should be. And this is going to be a take. I think you should do kind of a shootout with your kickers. Get your kickers more involved.
What?
Yeah, no, I'm serious. So
The first time I've heard of this.
start at the 20, you kick the field goal. Other team starts at their 20, they kick the field goal. If that goes, you move back 10 yards, and then you do that until somebody misses a field goal.
So we're a serious sports show, guys. We're not joking here. I don't know what that is. but
You don't think that would be entertaining?
I mean, maybe, but that's never going to happen. It's the most unrealistic thing I've ever heard.
I'm going to call Roger right now.
Yeah, you do that. I'm sure. See how that idea goes down with the NFL. I'm sure out of all the ideas and possibilities they could have, that would be the idea they go with. Wow, that might be worse than your take last week on the Jays. But your take, at least, saying there shouldn't be ties was correct. But there's like college football, the way they do it is both teams start at the 20. There's no clock in overtime.
Yeah.
Both teams get at the 25, and then each team gets a drive, obviously. The first drive, you can kick your extra point if you want to. And then after that, like, you just keep going. Each team gets a drive. Each team gets a drive. But after the first turnaround, you have to go for a 2 after each time, and eventually the game just ends because either someone's not going to score a touchdown or someone's not going to convert the 2-point.
Yeah.
And there's no ties in college football.
Yeah, I think ties are redundant in football. Why even have them?
Yeah, because it was such a good game, so back and forth. Ending a game that was 40-40, the game of the week, ending it with a tie just feels like so
And just the
nonchalant.
extra number at the end of records just doesn't look right.
Yeah, like some 2-1-1 or
yeah,
1-2-1. It's like,
doesn't look right.
if you're a fan, you never know how to feel after a tie. It's just like, we didn't lose, but we also didn't win. So
Yeah.
it doesn't feel good either way.
I think ties in sports need to go, except for soccer, because that's
Soccer needs to say it, but
yeah.
I mean, really no other sport has it. Baseball is extras, decided in extras. Hockey, did hockey used to have ties? I think a while back.
Back in the day, yes.
Back in the day, but now obviously you got overtime and shootout.
It used to be before they introduced shootout. It used to be 10 minutes of 5-on-5.
Yeah.
And then continuous.
Right. Anyways, I think ties need to go because that was such a game. Jordan Love, Dak Prescott both looked really good. Micah Parsons is honestly really quiet. Even if the Cowboys did a good job of shutting him out.
His spine, man.
Yeah.
It's. I think everybody's like, oh, like, you know, what's with Parsons not being all that great? He's injured. Everybody knew that going into the season that he was hurt.
Yeah. The Packers are giving a lot of money to that defense to give up 40 points.
Yes.
That you can't. They lost to the Browns last week, which we talked about, but you can't lose to the Browns and then give up 40 points with that high paid of a defense.
Didn't you have
can't
Dak?
Happen.
Pardon? You had Dak in your lineup, didn't you, for fantasy?
Yes, I did. He dropped like 30 points. He's a big reason. I've been benching Kyler Murray, and I'm going to keep sticking. Someone dropped Dak in our league, and I picked him up.
It was me.
Oh.
It was me.
Wow.
I dropped him for Daniel
Thank you.
Jones.
Appreciate it. He's been a big add to my team. Dallas offense. I mean, we can say the same thing about their Cowboys. Their offense is really good.
Yes.
It pains me to see how good George Pickens is. I knew it was going to happen. CeeDee Lamb's out. Pickens is going to run the show. He was awesome. I think he had like 120 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cowboys kind of same thing as the Packers right now. Their defense can't stop anybody. Their offense is going to keep them in games. But yeah, just what a game. 40-40 on a Sunday night football game.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. That's the epitome of prime time, right? Just two teams slinging it, going back and forth. And, I mean, again, it sucks to end in a tie, but that's probably – we're not going to say game of the year because –
It's up there right now.
It's up there, but I feel like we had some other games in week 1 and 2 that could be considered.
I mean, Ravens-Bills is game
Yeah,
of the year,
that's got to be game of the year, man.
Even that similar score is 41-40, so almost the exact same score, but – Jackson Dart made his NFL debut. He looked pretty good, I'd say. They won the game ultimately. He had to come out for a little bit, but Russ Wilson got sent to the bench. I think you draft a rookie quarterback in the first round.
Yeah,
I think you got to play him. Yeah, what's the point of seeing what you have with Russell Wilson? You know what I mean? You know what that guy's gonna be.
Yeah. It cost me my parlay.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you have?
I had a bunch of money lines, and first of all, we'll talk about the Patriots in a second. But the Chargers, I was thinking, 3-0 team against an 0-3 team. Maybe we could see some, no upsets here. Hammered it, and they lost. Whatever. That's not the thing I'm mad at. What I'm mad at is why did the Patriots turn into like prime 2017 New England against Carolina?
Yeah, I don't know why I took Carolina in that game. That was never going to happen, especially in New England. They needed to bounce back after losing to us last week. Yeah, Panthers is never it. Chargers, I mean, that one's reasonable. I don't know how the Chargers lost that game.
I believed in Bryce Young, and it
it kicked a lot of people out of their knockout pools. A lot of people had the Chargers as their team against the Giants, so that was nice.
Did you end up taking the Bills, or did you go?
I did take the Bills. I just thought it was the safest play.
You were kind of nervous there for a little bit, weren't you?
The Saints kept it closer than I thought. I mean, the Bills ultimately pulled away, but yeah, the Saints were in that game for the majority of the game, which is kind of crazy considering Spencer Rattler is their starting quarterback. But hey, they kept it close, but still live in that pool. Yeah, I think Jackson Dart will get better with time. He's got a lot of rushing upside, I would say.
Yeah.
His passing game, it looked okay. There's a lot of checkdowns, a lot of short stuff, but he's got a lot of rushing upside.
I don't watch college. You do. Does he have an arm? Like, can he air it out?
I don't watch a ton of college football, to be honest. I watch like the big games, like the Alabama. Who was it? Alabama, Georgia on Saturday night. Like I watch those big games, but outside of that, I don't watch a ton of college football. But Yeah, I don't know. I think he will. I know he was actually on the Steelers' radar for a little bit. He was going up and up draft boards. He was supposed to be like a second or third round pick, and then he ended up being the first round pick. Giants took. They traded up to get him. So
Yeah.
if you're doing well, another rookie quarterback. Browns finally benched Joe Flacco. I just saw before we started the podcast this morning. Dylan Gabriel is going to get the start.
Not Shadur.
Not Shadur, but it's a good call benching Flacco. I mean, he played awful. What do you really have with that guy? You drafted two rookies. You got to play one of them at some point.
Yep.
So,
and Joe was just I think Joe was just a placeholder for them to get more reps.
100%. It's like how Russ was a placeholder for Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
Eventually, got to play your rookies.
Especially when you're losing football games. Like if they were winning and then they did this, I'd be like, okay, but you're winning games. But both teams are losing football teams.
They're both 1-3 now. So yeah, I agree 100%. If you're winning games, you keep it obviously, and you ride it as long as you can.
Yeah.
But if you're losing, I mean, you might as well get your guy in there, right?
Yeah.
The Browns, I think, finally got something right. I think starting Gabriel, you drafted him higher than Shadur, so you give him the first opportunity.
It's gonna be their guy. I think like he's solid. I mean, I'm not gonna go out there and say that the Browns are gonna go on this amazing winning streak, and then you're gonna see them kind of turn into a super team. But like, I think he's definitely gonna be more serviceable than Flacco, and it would be good for him to get some NFL experience.
Yeah, I don't see what you have to lose.
No.
I mean, even he wasn't like I think he was a third round pick or fourth round pick, so it's not like you have a ton to lose right there.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's not great, he's
Low risk, high reward.
Yeah. I honestly don't think he's got a bit of a weaker arm. He's a lefty, which is weird in the NFL. I mean, we haven't seen a great lefty since Tim Tebow. Is he the last one I'm thinking of? And he was not great by any
you're
stretch.
forgetting Matt Leonard.
Oh yeah, definitely. Mike Vick obviously did a lot of good, but a
Vick.
lot of that was rushing upside, but still. All right, let's quickly pick the games for next week. The Thursday night or tomorrow. I'll probably be watching playoff baseball over this, to be honest.
Yep.
Especially if it's Yankees-Red Sox game 3.
Yeah.
But 49ers Rams in LA. I agree.
Rams.
Purdy might be out, so I like Rams in that one. I think they get things going. Vikings have another international game, another 9:30 a.m. I think this one's in London. They play Cleveland in London.
I think the Vikings win that one.
Yeah, they bounce back.
Cleveland doesn't actually have home advantage. So
Yeah,
I think
that's a thing. When Pittsburgh was in Ireland, it was like 95% Steelers fans. Like, it was legit, basically home game. Cleveland doesn't have that same following. Vikings bounce back there.
Yeah.
Dallas goes into New York to play the Jets.
Cowboys got to win that, and then they're going to.
Cowboys, yeah. All right, I feel like we're both aligned on our picks so far. This doesn't happen too often. Whew! It's a game right here. We got the Giants and the Saints.
I think Dart's gonna have a good game, but I think the Saints are gonna win it.
All right, we're gonna miss a line here. I think Jackson Dart starts his career 2-0. I think they win in New Orleans. New Orleans they looked better last week, but the week before that they just looked so abysmally bad versus Seattle. It's tough to wrap my head around that and say they're gonna bounce back.
Yeah.
So we're gonna miss a line there, but that's okay. Your Colts, they're home to the Raiders. They need to get that one.
They got to. If Geno Smith has a legacy game, then whatever. But if they lose this game, I'm officially putting the panic button on.
That's fair, yeah. I think they get it done, though.
Yeah.
Geno Smith looks really bad. The Raiders just don't look that bad in general.
Yeah.
One thing about
Gentry had a good game.
Yeah, Gentry finally had a breakout game.
Yeah.
I think 3 total touchdowns, like 150 scrimmage yards. Been a long time coming for that guy, so
yes, he's
good for him. I know a lot of fantasy people are getting nervous because he's been a little bit shaky, but he needed that game badly. One thing I will say is there's less games this week because teams are starting to get their bye week now. Like my Steelers are on the bye this week after Ireland, so there are less games. There's not a lot of great games this week. Looking at this slate, man,
the matchups are not great. I mean,
yeah, like we got the 1-3 Dolphins taking on, are the Panthers 1-3? They're either 1-3 or 2-2, but we got Miami going to Carolina.
I think Carolina takes it.
No
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm iffy.
That was another reason why I picked Saints over Giants. No Malik Neighbors.
Right, he did tear his ACL.
Yeah.
Which I have him in my one league. That kind of sucks, but injuries happen in football. It's going to happen to star players. It's like Burrow. It's like Tyreek's.
A lot of injuries this year.
Did you see Tyreek's?
Yeah.
Oh man, it was ugly. But yeah, Tyreek's done for the year. Dolphins, I'm gonna go Dolphins.
Dolphins?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think neither team's going anywhere this
No.
year, but
It's like a tank bowl game.
yeah, This is a bit of a better game. We got Denver going into Philadelphia. Philadelphia trying to stay undefeated. They're still 4-0.
I think they're gonna do it. I think Denver's kind of Denver's been great, but they've kind of looked shaky, and I don't know. You lost to the Colts. I think you're gonna lose to the Eagles.
Yeah, I agree. Especially in Philly. Philly's a very tough place to play. Texans Ravens. Before we both jumped the gun to say Ravens, I don't think Lamar's playing this game. So.
Yeah, but C.J. Stroud has also looked terrible, so I think I would rather the Ravens' backup quarterback, which I don't know who it is. You know who it is?
It's not Snoop Huntley anymore. I don't know who it is off the. They brought him. I think it's Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush.
Pretty sure it's Cooper Rush.
So I mean, Rush can hold his own. I think they're gonna win.
Which is part of it for a backup.
They're just gonna rely on Derrick Henry.
I think the difference is Baltimore's at home. If this game's in Houston, I take Houston. But I think I'm gonna give the slight edge to Baltimore there. The Titans, who just look lost with Cam Ward, they go into Arizona to take on the Cardinals.
Kyler Murray had a really good. I was watching it on Thursday. He had a good drive near the end of the game.
He had a good second half, really good fourth quarter.
So I'm gonna go Cardinals. I think they can carry that momentum into a win. Obviously, it's the Titans.
I agree with you. You can't take the Titans after how they looked last week.
No.
Cam Ward, they got shut out. They didn't score, so it's hard to give any confidence to that team. Bucks Seahawks is an okay game. Tampa Bay goes into Seattle.
I think Seahawks win.
Seahawks win?
Yeah. Baker looks so weird. He doesn't look like the Baker we had last year.
I disagree. I think Baker looks really good. I'm going Tampa in that game.
Okay.
Lions, Bengals, in Cincinnati with that Jake Browning and that offense, it just looks lost.
I think it's Detroit, obviously. They're better offense going against one of the worst defenses.
I think they're 10-point favorites when I look at the spread. So
no way.
Yeah. I think Cincinnati could cover that spread, but then again, they've looked really bad. So, we'll go. I agree with you, Lions. Commanders, Chargers in LA.
Chargers.
I think the Chargers kind of.
They got to. They have to.
I don't know if Jaden Daniels is going to be back for the Commanders this week. I know he was out the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Sunday Night Football, New England and Drake May going to Buffalo.
Bills. That's a given, I think.
Yeah, the Bills actually kind of a bit of an easy stretch. Or 4-0. I think they
got a soft schedule to start. That's for sure.
They had the Ravens week 1, which is tough, but since then I'm pretty sure it's been pretty easy teams. It's been, Miami, the Saints.
Yeah,
these are all home games too. So, and then the Monday night game is I think it could be a better game than what people think it might be. Is the Chiefs going into Jacksonville?
Do you have Chiefs?
I have Chiefs.
I have Jags.
Interesting. I do have Chiefs. I think they'll pull it out. They look like they're right back on track, to be completely honest with you.
They had a good game against Baltimore, but that's Baltimore's defense.
Yeah, it is Baltimore's defense.
They could prove me wrong on the primetime game, but I don't know. I still have Jags.
Yeah, okay. All right, like I said, next week I'm going to get our records and everything. We're not going to take a break. We're just going to do a really quick hockey segment.
Yeah.
The big news is Kirill Kaprizov. He just got paid $17 million.
Oh, my God.
I think, was it Draisaitl who had that biggest contract in the league before us? He's making 14. $17 million.
I got 2 points for this contract. 1, wholly overpay by Minnesota.
Yes, I do agree. I will get to...
They need to make that, though, happen. For Minnesota hockey, for the fans, for Kirill himself.
Yeah.
That guy, that's their franchise guy now for the next 8 years. I'm pretty sure he's same age as McDavid, so he's going to be in Minnesota probably for the rest of his career.
Yeah.
And I genuinely think that it may be an overpay, but it's definitely something that needs to happen for that. My second point for this contract is, what is McDavid going to get?
That's what I'm wondering. Is unless McDavid just kind of says hey, I'll take 17.25, and he just kind of takes a bit of a hometown discount. But I think that's where I was going to go with it. Is sure, it's an overpay by Minnesota financially, 100%. But what option do you have? Just lose your franchise player?
Yeah.
Minnesota is not much of an option there. They have to.
They had to. But if I'm McDavid, I'm talking to my agent. I'm going, what does this guy do that I don't? That he's getting paid $17 million. I want 20.
Yeah, 100%. Speaking of contracts, I saw Stolar's got a new deal.
It was good. I don't like the term.
It's a team friendly and player friendly deal. Player friendly in terms of the term.
Yeah.
And team friendly in terms of what he's getting.
I like
paid.
the salary.
Yeah.
I think Stoley is 32 years old.
He is older.
Yeah, I mean He'll hold his own. I don't think Leafs signing James Reimer to a PTO or anything is gonna stop him from getting a starting job.
Is that why he was there? Because I saw he was doing interviews. Like,
yeah,
with the
he
Leafs.
signed a PTO.
Okay.
So
I was wondering what was going on there.
I think he's gonna make the team and be the third string. Because Wool is still on a leave of absence.
Matt Murray, Leafs former third string.
I think he's gonna be running for backup against in Seattle.
I think he is.
But Wool's still out with personal issues.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they got him on the PTO, just so I don't think Wool's going to be back for the regular season. So I think Reimer will be your primary backup for now, which is insane to hear in 2025 that James Reimer is the Leafs backup.
The GOAT.
But rounding off a little bit here, the Leafs are going to trade Nick Robertson. I
saw he's in like the fifth line or something right now.
Yeah, there's murmurings of a 1-for-1 with Chicago of Lucas Reichel for Robertson. Reichel plays a bit more of a physical game, more of a grit grinding forward.
Yeah.
Former first-round pick, where Robinson's a second-round pick. Robertson has offensive upside but lacks defensive and physicality, and I don't think the Leafs want to push him in a top 6 role. So Chicago, I would do that trade 1-for-1.
Yeah. Real quick, I was going to ask you before we wrap up here. Real quick, do you think Easton Cowan makes the roster opening night? I'm not the Leafs guy.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's a third-line guy opening night.
All right. I think there's you can play 9 or 10 games and you can still be you don't have to use your entry-level contract or something. So I think
they're going to do that.
Yeah.
It's what Seattle did with Shane Wright before they sent him back down. Obviously, Shane Wright's a different player than Easton Cowan, but
yeah, exactly. All right, I think that's a good episode. It was a little bit baseball heavy, Jays heavy, but I think rightfully so. To be honest with you,
you got to hype them up. They're the best team in the AL.
It'll be the same way next week. Until the Jays are eliminated from the playoffs, we are going to be heavy on baseball, heavy on Blue Jays. And again, hockey will start to get a little bit more airtime once we kind of get going into the regular season. But
we're 6 days away right now until puck drops for opening night.
100%. But we are slowly but surely getting there. All right, I think that's kind of all from us this week. Once again, we did make a social media, Pucks, Pitches, Pigskins Pod on Instagram. We're going to post some clips. We have an email, I think, set up.
Yep.
If you want to see certain things on the show.
We'll also do Q&A stories on the Instagram as well, so you guys can send in some questions and we can answer it on the air for a little segment. There's a lot of good stuff coming with the social media.
Yeah, 100%. All right, thank you for tuning in this week. Once again, you can also follow the Media Hub on social media at DCSA Media Hub. And once again, follow our social media, follow Media Hub social media, and here's some music to play us out live for the Media Hub on Riot Radio. Right at 10:55.